Bit rate is unstable. Ugh. You guys don't know how frustrating this is. I'm not even doing anything intensive on my computer. I think I like edited earlier, but now like I think I'm just gonna have to like Civ shotgun troubleshooting this. I think I'm just gonna have to like ask for help on the like Microsoft forums or whatever because this is ridiculous. This is happening. It'll be fine. Like yesterday, it was fine. My PC was fine. Didn't blue screen at all. Today, blue screened while I was rendering. Now it's blue screen while I was streaming. And of course, Windows is no event logs are no help. It's like it's a display problem. It is not a display problem. I don't know how much more not it could be a display problem. Unless the drivers I have are bad, but I've rolled back older drivers that did the same thing. So now we're gonna get an ad because that I can't stop. So we'll just sit here for a second. It's a fucking disaster. This PC. 5 goddamn years. It's giving me fucking trouble. I don't know what more I can do. Instead of fucking around with things, I'm gonna have to just ask and see what the problem is. And I'm probably gonna have to wipe this thing again. I don't really like doing that in the middle of summer when I have shit to do. But I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Unfortunately. It's a pain in my ass. Maybe over the next couple days I should do that. After Monster Hunter on Wednesday. Maybe I'll clear it out. Sorry if you hear that. I'm playing with my Gaze Ride Watch. Pride Month, after all. Oh, shit. Shit. What am I meant to do? Where does this come off? Hmm. That way? Or is it that way? Hmm. Well, I'm not going to mess with that right now. Let's hope that I don't have another blue screen. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. I'm going to grab those logs. I'm going to do that tonight because I'm fucking tired of this shit. Anyways, Sega Racing It's gonna have Ichiban, gonna have Joker. Looks like it's gonna be fun. Hatsune Miku. It's probably the main reason I would get it is because it's Hatsune Miku. I want to play as her. But yeah, Sonic Racing looks pretty good. Let's see. Code Vein 2. I kind of called this. Oh wait, I don't want to play it on this page. I want to like YouTube it. I kind of called this one. I didn't know what it was, but like I was like, oh, it's Code Vein 2. And people have been talking about the girl with a void in her chest, or the portals, like what's her name?
You'll find how to save us all.
She's like a cat girl, but not. But yeah, Code Vein 2 looks pretty cool. I need to finish the first. Well, I never finished the first one. End of Abyss 2026. I don't know what that is. Mouse PI for Hire. This is one that I surprised they didn't. We finally got to see more for. Yeah. Like this game looks friggin' phenomenal. No, I don't want to create a collection. I want to visit. This game looks phenomenal. I really want to play this. You know, when the video decides it wants to load. Yeah, this looks great. It's a boomer shooter in the literal sense. It takes place in the, like, that old rubber hose animation. It's really cool. What is End of Abyss? What is that? End of Abyss. I don't know what you're at. Sci-fi horror game. Oh, is this the one that yeah, this is the one that looks like Little Nightmares. This one looks really cool too. I want to try this game. It looks really fucking cool. Let's see. Game of Thrones, don't really care. Atomic Heart 2. I think it's crazy that they're doing Atomic Heart 2. The Cube. RPG. Oh, it's part of, right, the Atomic Heart universe. Right. Felt that this boxing game, the animation on this is sick. It is sick. We can get this video to load. It really wants to give me an ad, but it can't.
Gonna be champ. We gotta.
Like, this looks real. That's animation.
Boy.
Yeah. This looks great.
I've been taking dumps in there all day.
That looks great. Killer in. Oh, is that the one? No, this is different. This is like the murder mystery one. It's kind of interesting. Out of Words. Oh, yeah. Liza P. Overture, the Liza P. DLC. Showed more Onimusha Way of the Sword, Fractured Blooms. Trying to sell a psychological life sim. Date on this one, though. Let's see. Let me just see what that is.
Used to be.
Oh, yeah, this one. It looks interesting. New Jurassic World Evolution game. Jurassic World Evolution 3. Mina the Hallower. Oh, yeah. This game, where you play as a rat. It's basically Rat Zelda. It looks really cool, too. Fucking Deadpool VR, that was a crazy one. But unfortunately, it's not going to be for Quest 2, so I can't play it. Dying Light, don't care. Twilight Guardians of the Sacred Tree. We saw a lot of that one. Acts of Blood. Scott Pilgrim EX. This one is really cool. And it looks like it's doing more of the River City Girls 2 style, or the River City Girls style, where it's like an open world one, which I think is kind of neat. I'm kind of getting into those games, but they definitely improve things from the first game, because I remember Karama said she had some issues with the first game. This hopefully will be better. It looks like it's more improved. Like, this looks really good. It looks like it follows the TV show, which I need to watch the TV show. 7 playable characters, eh? Okay, cool. City secrets to complete the quests. More Shot Pilgrim is always a good idea. So, this looks really cool. We'll probably end up playing this. Probably. In 2026. Okay. Yeah, and then mine's... Oh my god, this game is getting absolutely eviscerated. Like, people have already been able to, like, refund them, the pre-orders. Hitman 3, Cliff Exclusive. Oh yeah, that's the one for where you do the Casino Royale villain. It's kind of neat. Lego Party, basically like Lego's Mario Party. Like, that's what people are saying about it, because it definitely looks like Lego's Mario Party. Let's just see here. You know, when it wants to load. You know, whenever it decides it wants to load. But yeah.
It's Saturday night somewhere, so make some noise.
Yeah, it's literally like Mario Party. You get the golden bricks instead of stars, stuff like that. It's really... That's kind of neat. Wildgate. Yeah, I don't care about that. Oh, yeah, it's kind of neat, but I don't really care for Hades-like game. This game... This game looks kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. First-person action horror game. Reminds me of Zombie U a little bit, but... And, you know, maybe a little bit of Resident Evil influence. But it looks cool. I want to check it out. Mecha Break... Is this the one I think it is? Hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, they've been showing this game off. It looks kind of neat. Mecha Break. Mech fighting game. And then more stuff for Street Fighter 6. Last Flag, which is like a capture the flag game. Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver. This one, I was like, what? I was like, what when I saw this? I probably will have to mute it for copyrighted music, but let's just see here. Once this decides I'm not getting an ad, because that's what it's doing, because YouTube fucking... See, YouTube ads I wouldn't mind so much if they just did the banner ones they used to at the bottom of the screen. That was fine. Why didn't they just do those? Like, this game looks kind of neat. We just don't know much about it yet. Into the Unwell. Action platform, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember if this one is a... I don't think this one's a Metroidvania. I thought it might be, but... Yeah, it's kind of like, Cuphead's Bad Fur Day is what I called it. It looks kind of interesting. And then Stranger Than Heaven. Oh yeah, this is the 1940s game from like the Like a Dragon developers. It's basically gonna be Yakuza in the 40s. Looks interesting to me. I really want to check that out. And of course, Resident Evil Requiem or Resident Evil 9, REQ for RE9, Requiem. They're doing Capcom doing their thing again. I still think Resident Evil Island could happen, guys. It could happen. It could happen. But like, Going back to Raccoon City, it has tied. This girl is like the daughter of one of the girls
This is
from
about the
Outbreak,
report you asked for yesterday.
the reporter girl,
Listen.
and can't that cannot be tamed. Oh, what's her name? Sphere Hunter, I think. I think her name is. She got an extended look at some of the stuff. She talked about some of the stuff she saw, and yeah, this I am excited for this to go back to Raccoon City after all these years. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah. So that's basically the Summer Game Fest stuff. Let me see if I can find stuff on one of the next um, showcases. Because right after that was Day of the Devs. I don't know if they have a listing under their Day of the Devs thing. Oh, it's all one thing, right? Okay, so let me see if I can find. Excuse me. I'm gonna drink some water. Okay. Let's see. Day of the Devs 2025 list of games. Okay. Eurogamer has a page for it. Let's see. Okay. So let's take a look here. So, um, where is capture? Here we go. Okay, so the first big thing, Big Walk. It's made by the developers of Untitled Goose Game, and it's like a co-op game with where you discover the world and there's puzzles to discover more parts of the world. It looks like goofy fun. I would definitely love doing this with some streamer friends on stream. I think that'd be really cool. Sword of the Seas is the sword um skateboard game, I guess. It's made by it's some of the people who worked on uh Abzu and a couple of other games. It's their next big game. It looks beautiful. I'd like to check it out. Escape Academy 2, Back to School. I don't really care for much. Mixtape. This game we keep getting shown stuff about. It's basically it's supposed to be like an 80s esque, though it seems more 90s to me in some places. Kind of like this is your last summer stuff, it's supposed to be the soundtrack of our generation kind of thing. So it's one of those nostalgia games. It kind of reminds me of like a more traditional, oh, you know what? Just give me 1 second. It reminds me more of a more traditional, let me just do that. There we go. Okay. More traditional, game like Until Then or one of those other games, but taking place in a very specific time period, like a lot of these do. Um, that feeling of it's your last, your last summer before this and that, and like for me, it doesn't really do much for me because the last summer, I practically missed the last summer with my friends, from high school, from what little friends I had because, I decided to go right into college right after high school, and I did 12 months, and then the summer after that, I missed as well. Um, so yeah, it was kind of like that period in your life is kind of like one of the last times where like you're free until, you have to start becoming an adult, and I didn't really spend much time of that. I spent most of that time working. I did do some stuff. I definitely did, but I think while I feel like I missed out on some stuff, I also am like, you know what? There like high school was a mixed bag for me. It was good and bad. Um and I think it was pretty even across the board. So I guess I wasn't like very like eager to like, spend those. It's funny because like shortly after I finished college the first time, my first college program, I landed myself at a job, and I ended up I left a job that I had been working for, like I worked at Wendy's for like 3 years in high school, like 3.5 years at that point after college. And I left that job to get a job, and I ended up getting fired from that job a month in. And then when I tried to go back to Wendy's, they already filled my position, so I couldn't go back to my old job. Um, and so that was that year, end of 2007, start of 2008 was kind of like my neat years, my neat age, um, where I was more into where I was like, I didn't have a job, I didn't have, my schooling wasn't worth anything, um, until like um, the start of like 2008. I think it was like March 2008 when I got another tech job. It wasn't like a big one. It was just like support. It was tech support, like over the phone stuff. But it like there was like a 6 month period where like all I did was wake up, watch anime, you know, maybe play games and then go to bed. And I think that was probably my slice of freedom, I guess. Because like I kind of have that right now because I'm not working right now. I'm looking for my next working gig. But I'm actively still like at that point I wasn't looking at all. Like I was just, I wanted some time to myself. I needed some time to reflect, and I took that time and that until I got my next gig. And so yeah, that's basically what I did. Um, but yeah, mixtape is one of those games that I'm I'm seeing a lot of, and maybe I'll if I cross paths with it, I'll check it out. But I'm not like actively looking. Um, Blighted, another one I don't really care for. This is the Guacamelee people's games. Dosa Diva. So this one's interesting. This one is about you're running a food truck, which is also a mech, but it's an RPG. Like it's a turn-based RPG. They call it a spicy RPG. But yeah, no, it's kind of interesting. It's a mix of sim and JRPG stuff, and I think it's really fun. I think it's gonna be really fun. Possessors. I'm trying to remember which this one is. Oh, this was one of the side scroller games, isn't it? Let's see. Oh, of course it doesn't open in a new page. But let's see. This is a demo out. Yeah, it's an action adventure platformer, which is different from a Metroidvania, though they have similar elements. So, but yeah, that's kind of neat. Moonlighter 2, don't really care for. Please watch the artwork. This is an interesting interactive kind of like puzzle, like horror game. Hopefully, we'll see more of that. More of Marvel Comic Invasion. This game looks awesome. It's made by the people who made um, Shredder's Revenge. It looks like it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna have a lot of references to old like MVC stuff. I think. I'm interested in this one. It should be fun. Either way, builder game. Don't care. Reloaded. Oh, this is the African artifact one where you have to like steal back artifacts, bring them back to Africa. That's kind of interesting. Ratatan, the Patapon spiritual successor. This game looks wacky and fun, and I love the way it looks. Really interested in that. Thick as Thieves. Don't really know much about that one. Don't really care too much. Pocket Boss. Again, this one looked kind of interesting, but I'm not really into it. Consume Me. Yeah, don't really care for that. The remake of Off. Okay, so I'll admit I haven't finished Off. I want to finish it, and this remaster slash remake might be the way to go because they're enhancing all of the elements. Now, the argument could be made that doing so might hurt the feeling of the original. Like I don't know a better example on top of my head than saying the Star Wars special editions. Like there's certain things that are lost by getting an enhanced version, but I think in this case, Off is just such an old game at this point that I think it is okay that it gets a bit of like a remake. So we'll have to wait and see. They did mention like they redid the entire soundtrack, which I'm like, you didn't need to do that. The original soundtrack, or at least have an option to include the original soundtrack, which I don't think they do, but we'll see. They add a new battle system, just like a lot of quality of life stuff they've added. So I think it's going to be interesting. I just wish there's some things they didn't do, like I said, offer both soundtracks, whatever. It is what it is, though. Tire Boy, you're literally a tire going around for shit. This one looks wacky and goofy, and I think it's going to be fun, too. Tiam 2, I never played the first one, but I always meant to, because it's kind of like a mix of like a picture photo taking game and like a puzzle game. So I should look at the first one and check it out. Tiam, whatever. I guess that's it for the notable stuff for Day of the Devs. They did show a lot of stuff that we'd already seen, so that's interesting. But anyways, that's enough for Day of the Devs. Let's move on to there's Devolver's digital thing, which was just they showed one game, Ball Pit. I'm not really going to talk about that because there wasn't much to show. The iOS showcase was basically just the little Hitman mini thing, Mind Eye, and First Light. We already really talked about those. Okay, the first of day 2, Wholesome Direct. My whole thing about Wholesome Direct, and I don't know, did they list all the games on the thing here? They list them? No, they did not. Okay. So I'm just going to have to find a site. So, as many of you guys would probably know, I am not a fan of the Wholesome Games directs. Let's see. Where's the list of games? Okay, here we go. It's lower on their site. I am not a huge fan of the Wholesome Direct. And the reason for that is because 90% of it, in most cases, is shit I don't care about. It's mostly like farming games and like home deco games and like builders and stuff. And it's like I've made the argument before that I think these, like, we don't need those games. There's too many of them. Because, and the reason I give is like somebody who's going to play a farming game, they're going to play one, and that's the one they're going to stick with. Unless the game is really short and you can like beat it just by like hammering through it. But like people who play Stardew Valley are probably just going to stick to Stardew Valley. Same with things like Animal Crossing and like and whatnot. I can't think of the other titles in my hand, but like there wasn't as much this time, but there definitely was a lot of it. Now, in the middle of the Wholesome Direct, they started showing off some different stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, this seems kind of neat. So there's a couple things I was interested in. Big Hops is one of them. This is like a platformer, collectathon platformer, which is really interesting looking. And then what was one of the other one? Was it Clossum? Yeah, this is the crane game. This is kind of neat. Crane game. Kind of neat, kind of cool. Donchi Days was shown in one of the other things too, but let me just see here. It's kind of neat. Interesting stuff. Shimmer Doga Divas. Oh, Gecko. We got to see more of this game. We're just Gecko going around climbing on stuff. That's kind of neat. That's kind of cool. But yeah, a lot of this is like skip. Haunted Paws looks kind of cool. Where you get it's like a horror game, but you can play as dog, and it's multiplayer and is online co-op and local multiplayer. You can dress up your dogs. It's kind of neat. I like that. But like, yeah, a lot of this Mecha. What was Mecha again? Was that the one with the cats? No, this is the one with the wheelchair. Isn't this the wheelchair parkour game? Something like that. Not really relevant. Um, the Milano's Odd Job collection. This was kind of a surprise. These are Japanese only games that are getting a like a collection release. It's kind of neat, but there's definitely like they're just like up-res versions of simulator games which like have that Japanese feel, which are different than the ones that we have today. So that's why I think it's kind of neat. But yeah, that's cool. That's there. Um, uh, the story seasons again. That's one of those ones where it's like, um, yeah, people are just gonna play story seasons. Okay, Linked looks kind of neat. This is that one where you're playing, um, where you're like building resources and stuff. It's a roguelite, so I'll probably don't won't play it, but it looks neat. Reminds me of Mega Man Legends. Um, Squeakross. This is a Picross game with rats, and I think it's interesting. We need more Picross. It's kind of cool, and you get some extra customizable stuff to build. There's like a little bit of a home deco in it. That's kind of neat. But yeah, I genuinely, there's not much I care about when it comes to wholesome games. And I realized we missed one, but we're about to get an ad, so I'm gonna look for that while you guys wait uh, for the ad to play out. So just give me 1 second here. Let's see. Um, Let me see if they put the listing on this. They list the games? No, they didn't, but uh, okay. So let's see. I'll wait till the ad breaks over and then we'll go over this. Okay, so we're back, guys, and this is the stuff from the accessibility summer showcase. The first thing to show off was Chroma Gun 2, which I don't know if you guys know, but it's basically it releases in December, which basically is oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh. It's basically Portal but with colors. So that's kind of neat. Spray paint simulator is basically the reverse of Power Wash Simulator, where you're actually trying to spray paint stuff. Unseen Awakening is a game that has no graphics. It's meant for it's meant for the blind. So you're playing the entire game without graphics. You're just basically going on what you're being told. You're the healer in a team, and you got to do that. And then Barista, Necromancer Nonsense. I want to say, oh, Six Sided Stories. This is like a puzzle game for me. Just gonna search go for Six Sided Stories. See if I can find it. Here we go. It's like a puzzle game for me. First off, cats. Second off, hexagon puzzles. I can do that. It's like a flip style puzzle game. It seems relaxing. I don't really get excited about puzzle games that often, but Six Sided Stories is one that I definitely am interested in. I want to check out, and I want to see more of. So that's cool. Um, Let's see. They every showcase was pushing Karen. I don't really care for it. I don't really care for it. Oh, what was Soul Blaze? What was this? Oh yeah, this is a roguelike. What about Wednesdays? What was Wednesdays? Uh Oh, this is the game about I think I know what this is. This game. Um this is like it's like a management simulator mixed with like a visual novel. And you're managing a like a carnival, but you're playing as a character who like is deep, who has some like who had some trauma, some SA style trauma. So like it's you got to manage those emotions with also managing this park that you're building. So it's going to be interesting, I think. Heartspell Horizon Academy, that's basically just safe for work, honey pop. Gazuna Yelly is basically um it's basically the um it's basically Fire Emblem. It's like an indie Fire Emblem. Sunlight's a walking simulator. It looks really neat. Airship Lost Fortella, I think that's a shoot 'em up, if I recall. Or no, it's an auto shooter. And then Rollick and Roll. I think this is like a racing game. Yeah, it's a racing style game where you can adjust pieces as you play. Trash Goblin. A lot of people like that. Blow Up. Is this the mecha game? No, it's an FPS. It's a boomer shooter. Uh, it looks really cool too. I want to play that. Bits and Bops. This is literally um this is literally Rhythm Heaven. So if you like Rhythm Heaven, you'll probably like this game. It's really cool. And then Coming Home, I'm trying to remember what this one was. Oh yeah, it's a slasher horror game mixed with like Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. It comes out in December, it looks like, of next year. Okay. So that's the accessibility um event. So that was that from day one. Back into day two stuff. Talking about Wholesome Direct. Okay. Now we might be getting into the good stuff. So we got woman-led games next, which I believe this one was also okay. It wasn't as nearly as like bad as let's see. Is the woman-led games, do they have the list on their website of the games? Okay, sponsors, participants. Okay. Okay, so they do have some stuff on their site. So this wasn't as bad as Wholesome Games, but it wasn't like great either. Like Tavern Talk Stories looks kind of neat. Um, it's kind of like it's kind of like Coffee Talk, but in medieval settings, and you're running a tavern instead of a cafe, kind of thing. So it's kind of neat. I think it's kind of cool. Ascend to Zero. They kept showing this game off. It's like a roguelike overhead game. They're a dime a dozen. Heavy Morning. I'm trying to remember which one this is. Oh yes, this one where you've got to like the feeling of struggling to get out of bed. Basically, less like it's a dealing with depression game, and it's got some horror and psychological elements. It looks kind of neat. So that's kind of neat. Let's see what else they got here. Androgyline era. Which one was this? See, I'm trying to remember a lot of these. Oh, okay, yeah. This was the overhead style, like Zelda-esque game, hack and slash game. It's kind of neat, to be honest. It's hard to remember because a lot of these. Ascend looks okay. Kieran, again, talking about that. Cappy Castaway, don't really cool. Cozy Room Decorator, don't really care. Crescent Country, again, I think it's one of those ones. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Don't really care. Donchi Days, we saw that. Dark Hours. I think this one is one of the horror games that I was interested in. Yeah, it's a multiplayer horror game where you've got to like, it's a heist, but you've got to get rid of, you gotta like escape with your life or whatever. So it's kind of like a heist meets like a horror game. It's kind of neat. Death of Theology, it's okay. I don't really care for it. Downhill, I think, if I recall, is one that I was interested in. It's like a psychological horror slash like adventure game. It got some RPG elements. It's kind of neat. Drywall eating simulator. This one was the like what the fuck moment of the whole thing. And so like I try to not eat drywall apparently. That's the whole point of the game. Don't eat drywall. Like what the fuck? Equinox Homecoming, nothing really mattered there. Fallen Tier, The Ascension, it's okay. Grave Seasons, I don't recall. I think this is yeah, it's a farming game. Who cares? Ilia, Rusty Glide. Did I play this game? I think I might have played this game. No, this is different from the one I played. Widow. What's Widow again? What's it say? 3D coloring book. Touch. Okay, yeah. Kokoro Kitchen. Creature Kind. That's your team deck. Okay, it's a deck builder. Lily's World XE. Okay, this one's interesting because this is like a like interactive like 2000s-esque like social media kind of thing. Even before social media, it was like chat rooms and stuff like that. So it's interesting. Long Story 2, didn't really care about the first one. Ministry of Order, it's okay. Mystery of Order is you're picking out like, you know, you got to pick out jobs for, or see who can like get jobs or whatever, or can apply for like marriages and shit like that. Nano Neighbors. I think I remember this one. Oh yeah. This is like it's a bottom of the desktop kind of game. It's just kind of like a little like game you play on the side. It's kind of neat. On Together, Out and About. Perfect Tides. Okay, Perfect Tides, Station to Station. This is the additional content, I think, or whatnot, or maybe it's just the main game. Sky has been playtesting this game, and she's streamed it a little bit. I've watched her play it a little bit. This game, it reminds me. Okay, this game, it's funny because when I think about Until Then reminds me of this game, but it's like it's different. It's a different era. It's like an early like yeah. So Perfect Tides. This is a sequel to the first one. Okay. Either way, Perfect Tides is something that I would definitely recommend people check out if they like games like Until Then or point and click adventures that have that era, like kind of like Mixtape, but it's a point and click adventure instead of like, you know, whatever it is. I wish Sky was around so she could tell me more about it because she knows about it. Prison of Husks. I think this is a Metroidvania. No. This is the retro inspired like Souls slash esque game. It's kind of neat. I think that looks really cool. Hey, Nightman. Just doing the Summer Games Fest roundup or recap. I'm on to woman-led games so far. It's going pretty well. We're getting through this. So, Provision Hand on 2.5D adventure about different ways. Okay. I can't remember all these games. There's so many games that were shown off. Oh, okay, this game. It's like a puzzle, like adventure game. It's kind of neat. It's hand-drawn. Refresh. Don't really care. Roots Devour. What was this one again? Adventure, exploration, atmospheric, Lovecraftian. Oh, it's the deck builder kind of game. Yeah, roguelite. Yeah, don't really care. Summer Camp, don't really care. Unseen Diplomacy 2, don't really care. Void Martyrs. This one was getting a lot of press. This one is it's by Mac and Cheese Games. Psychological survival horror game. Not really my kind of survival horror game, but it seems kind of interesting. Forges of Nera, don't care. Will first-person journey game. Yeah, this is kind of neat. You're journeying like a random area in the north. It's kind of neat. And the big one they showed off was Wonder Stars at the end. This is like a Dragon Ball inspired like anime game. It's an RPG slash deck builder kind of thing. It's turn based. It's a bit of a roguelite, but this one actually looks really fun.
On a roller coaster adventure filled with
Yeah, that's what it is. And then Spilled, don't care. That's the game GG was playing. But yeah, that's basically women-led games. Not a ton to look at, but it was slightly better than wholesome games as it usually is. Now we're getting to the real goats of Summer Games Fest. Like, for real, like, you guys have no idea. So just like last year, Latin American Games was one of the goats of Summer Games Fest. So let me just give me a second here to see if I can find the games list, which is on their website. Here we go. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's just get started. So Nine Kings, interesting. Alia. Okay, this game was one of the horror games that I was really interested in. This is probably going to take me to the Steam page. Yeah. So I'm really interested in this game. It's kind of neat. It's like a survival horror, puzzle, psychological horror game. Oh, sorry. It reminds me of PT a little bit. Another type of games like Silent Hill. I really want to try that. I think it's going to be really good. Trust. Monte Atlantis, I actually was given a key for the playtest of this. I may stream this. I don't know. I haven't accepted it yet. I'm thinking about it. But this is like this is basically like this one's basically like Advance Wars. It's kind of like an Advance Wars like game. It's kind of neat. Turn-based strategy, turn-based tactics. It's really fun. It looks really fun. So, I don't know. Would you guys want to see me play this? I think it looks neat. But yeah, that's one that we can look at. Block. Bogdan's Cross. Bubblegum Galaxy. What is Bubblegum Galaxy again? I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, this was another one of those, like, strategy games, but then there's, like, house building stuff in it. It's got that retro feel. Castlebound, Diablos. I think I know what this is. Oh, this is one of those Playdate games. Yeah, the Playdate games, right. Changer 7. Was this one of the tower defense games? Superhero Cinema. Oh, no, this was that superhero game. I'm just gonna mute that. It's like an action, like, superhero game. It's kind of neat, to be honest. Chunky Tump? Oh, Chunky Jump. Oh, yeah, this was like a puzzle platformer with horror elements. That's kind of neat. Code Bunny was obviously shown off. I still need to do another playthrough of that. Colorbound. This one actually was kind of interesting to me. Colorbound. You have to swap the colors. It's a puzzle platform where you have to swap the colors to get to different aspects. So I'll just skip ahead a little bit so you guys can see. Yeah. So you might not see. You might have certain obstacles, but if you change the colors, you won't have those obstacles anymore. So, like, say you collect the orange color and you're like, oh, let's just make the background orange. Bam. There you go. Now that's how you can get through it. A very interesting idea. Core Breaker. This one keep getting this is a roguelike, who cares? Damned 2. I think I never played Damned 1. But this is like another psychological horror. This one has co-op, I guess. It's with puzzle platform elements or puzzle elements. Desktop Explorer. This one looks really freaking cool. You basically get a retro desktop and you basically play a simulation as if like you're basically doing your regular stuff on your computer in the 90s or the early 2000s. It's really interesting. Despolete. This game They keep showing. It's very impressive. I want to see more of it. When it's apparently out. I didn't realize it was out. But yeah, it's like a soccer slash life simulator of childhood in Ecuador in 2001. So that's kind of neat. Dig Dig Dino is just whatever. Don't kill Rumbles, whatever. Uh, is it Dano's Tail? Dono's Tail is basically this game reminds me of Super Wagon Land. If you don't know what that is, it was a side scroller platformer where you play as a little dragon guy. That was from it was on Famicom, it was on Super Famicom. I think there was some on Sega Mega Drive, stuff like that. It was basically a foreign or a an import of platformer. This looks like if they took that series and then used the like graphics and stuff from like Yoshi's Island to make it. It looks really neat. I really want to try this out. I tried to apply for a code. I hope I get one. Um, yeah. Dream Core. Don't quite remember what this one is, but I think this is a horror game. Yeah, this is. Oh, sorry. This is one of those psychological, like, kind of walking simulator games. So that's kind of neat. Eagle Knight. Pretty sure this is probably a roguelike or a Metroidvania or something. Nope. Never mind. This is a standard side scroller apparently. And this actually looks kind of neat. Definitely interested in that too. Um, Lucid's Inferno. I don't remember this one. I think it had math. Oh wait, it's like it's a top-down isometric shooter. It's kind of neat. Don't really need to go into Guacho. Don't really need to go into Greek because we already talked about that. Grizzly Man. If I recall, Grizzly Man is it's a point and click adventure game. We gotta I don't know if you play as the killer or you're trying to avoid a killer. It's kind of like a slasher, which is right up my alley. Gunny Ascend. What the hell was Gunny? Oh, it's a roguelite. I don't care. Idle Waters don't care. Iron Hive don't really care. So Defense don't care. Colonel Hearts. Which one was this? Hack and slash action roguelike don't care. Kingdom of Cards don't care. Calera, Souls in Limbo don't care. Oh, actually, I think this was one I did care about. Oh yeah, it's a 2D. It's like a Paper Mario styled like um simulator game. It's kind of neat. Kind of neat. Um, Land Party Adventures. I think this is another simulator game. It's kind of neat. You just gotta set up a land party like in the old days. The Fall. I think I remember this being a platform or some kind. No, this is a point and click. Sorry. Yeah, it's like a point and click adventure game. Uh, Leap Galaxy. I don't remember. That's 2D platformer. No, it's got puzzle, so it's kind of like a puzzle platformer. It's kind of neat too. Vulcan. What was this? I seem to recall this one. Oh yeah, an action adventure platformer. This one looks kind of neat. Lurks Within Walls. Okay, this was a horror game. Yeah. Okay, psychological horror, survival horror. This is kind of neat. It's kind of got like a dungeon crawling element to it, like a dungeon crawler. It's kind of neat. I want to check that out. Mind Keeper. Yeah, it's tower defense. I don't really care. What is Monster Box? Was this one of those like creature capture games? I don't know. Oh no, this was like that puzzle dice game. That's kind of interesting. Neverway. Let's see. Oh, this one. Yes, this is like a psychological horror story game. It's kind of. I was on it at first. It just because it has farming elements and stuff, but it's kind of neat. I might check that one out. Obscura don't care. Erlanders don't care. Presumers don't care. Piss off. This game is a pea shooter. It's a 3D pea shooter where you got to fight each other with your pea. You got to pee on people. It's interesting. Questmaster don't care. Remembrance of Rift. What was this one again? Oh, this is like a tactical kind of game. That's kind of neat. Requiem, don't care. Shadow Sacrament, don't care. Terror Command, don't care. Tico, not really interested. Teo's Journey, don't really care. The Shadow Syndicate, don't really care. The Trolley Solution, this one. I was like, I can't believe they made this into a game. You know that old solution, you save one person or you save five. They made that into a game. It's crazy. Tormented Souls 2. I think I was interested in this one. Yeah, it's a survival horror game. I didn't play the first one, but this looks interesting. This Tormented Souls 2. I'm really into that. More of the Wonder Stars and then White Knuckle. What was White Knuckle again? Oh, it's the first person parkour game. It's interesting. Yeah, so like Latin American games just knocked it out of the park again, as they usually do. Before we move on to Southeast Asia games, guys, I actually need to use the bathroom. So I'm going to go do that real quick, and we'll be right back. We'll talk about Southeast Asia games. Okay? All right, cool. Okay, guys, I'm back. So, we're going to talk about. Um, oh, did I finally play the sound alert? Hold on. I got to check my. Check and see here. No, it just it's in the list of things. Okay. So next is Southeast Asian games. Latin American games and Southeast Asian games were like a 1-2 punch for the Saturday showings. In fact, they were the two best things of the whole thing. And it's not to say that stuff that came after it wasn't good. There's lots of great, stuff. But they were like the 1-2 punch of the whole Summer Games Fest. If there was two showcases to watch, Latin American games, Southeast Asian games. Watch both of those. Those were the good ones. So let me just go see if I can find the Southeast Asian games page. Is it just the Steam? It's like a Steam page. Okay. All right. Okay. So these are not in order, but that's fine. The big one for me was No Straight Roads 2. So you guys might not know this, but I actually asked for No Straight Roads, the first one for PS4, on my throne. I ended up buying it myself because I got a copy for like $15. I thought the game didn't sell very well. And so I was like, oh, I don't think a sequel's happening. And then I saw that a sequel happened, and I was like, dude, like, this game looks incredible. Unfortunately, it says 2026, but they just started working on it, so they just want to announce that it was being developed. If you like music aesthetic games, you like stuff like Jet Set Radio or like um or stuff like that, like um even say a little bit of Brutal Legend or whatever, this is the game to look out for. The first game I believe is also on Steam, but this one I'm probably going to be streaming the PlayStation version at some point of the first game. And if this gets a physical release on PS5, I'm probably going to go for it. So, anyways, No Straight Roads 2, I'm really, really excited for that. Whisper, Whisper Mountain. I think this one is a horror. Yeah. Okay, this one looks interesting. It's kind of like an over the top, kind of like if they had done like an isometric, like Resident Evil. It looks interesting. It's not quite my thing. I don't like the isometric style as much. Cats Around Us. I learned recently that cats is a genre on Steam. It's basically a coloring book where you got to find the cats and color them. It's kind of cute. It's kind of neat. In Need of Space, Urban Jungle. There's a content update. Death and Fuology. Oh yeah, that's just another like whodunit game. Mirth Island, Shepherd's Plan. What was this? Let's see. Visual novel point and click game made an RP. Oh, okay. Yeah, this looks kind of neat too. It's got a point and click game with an interesting art style. Firstly, guys, we're going to get another ad here in a second, so I'm going to hold off, even though we just did one. But I think it's going to be a short one because I just played an ad for y'all. So we'll just give this a moment, and then we'll hop back into this. Oh, yeah, Glyphica. It's the typing survival game. It's interesting, too. Yeah, and not Monday Cafe. Okay, I think Zen's the next one I'm going to look at. But again, I want to wait for that ad to play through because it's probably only going to play for like 30 seconds and then we'll move on. Come on, you did a countdown. You going to play that ad or what? There it is. All right. Anyways, we're back into it. Zen is another interesting one. It's like a an action adventure hack and slash kind of game. I'm not really a big overhead guy, but this one looks kind of I just love the look and aesthetic of it. It looks really cool. I might try this one out. Not gonna lie. Let's see. Let's see. Axe of Blood. This one looks okay. It's a this is the beat 'em up one, right? It looked kind of weird, like the combat. Like it looks. I noticed like someone mentioned that the combat looks a little off. We won't know till we actually see it. So let's see. Identifile. Oh yeah, this is like kind of like a puzzle game played on like a desktop. It is a roguelike, so I don't know how much I'll like it, but it's interesting. Oh, yes, this boomer shooter. They showed a couple of boomer shooters, and this one was really cool. Mala Pataka. Pataka. I think I'm spelling that right. This one looks really cool. Very colorful, very like classic boomer shooter style. Uppers Revolve. I don't really care about that. Boss fight tactics. This one's kind of neat. It's turn-based tactics, kind of, but it's like side-scrolling. I always like that aesthetic too. Art is rifle. Oh, this game, right? You have to like shoot. It's a puzzle shooter, so you have to like match the colors or whatever. It's kind of neat. And then the Fractured Shimmer. This is kind of like a story-based mystery game. It's kind of interesting. It's got a pixel style. I think it's kind of cool. Loading. This one is just a cacophony of games, all smashed together. It's games within games. There's some horror game. It's a horror game. It's like, ugh. You can peep. Interesting. But yeah, it's interesting too. I want to check that out. 13Z, the Zodiac Trials. This one, yeah, it again, action roguelike, not really my thing, but I think it's cool either way. But even though I didn't like every single game, like they just had banger after banger after banger with these. Like it's crazy. No, compensation not guaranteed. This is another one where you gotta like, people are doing trade-ins and stuff. It's kind of neat. Bathhouse creatures. This is a simulator that I think I would actually get into, running a bathhouse. I think that's kind of neat. I think this is kind of cool, to be honest. Let's see. And then what is this again? This is Burning Sword Death Sun. Kind of another hack and slash martial arts kind of game. Kind of looks a little Souls-like. It's kind of neat. Fallen Tier. I think this is a roguelike. No, it's a Metroidvania. Not really my thing, but I think it's kind of neat. They show that in one of the other ones, too. Montabi. Is this the one? Is this the monster? Yeah, this is like the 3x3 like monster builder game. It says deck building, but it's more of a creature collector game to me. This one looks really cool. I want to try this out. And then High Times showed more stuff. This game looks great. High Times. Simulation dating sim visual novel. Very interesting. My boy Johnny M. Bosch is in there, of course. Yeah. Until Then is coming to console. That was the big thing they showed off. I recently watched Eski play Until Then. Just as we were hanging out. And I have a lot to say about Until Then, even though I haven't played the game. I'll probably pick it up when it hits console, because I want to try to play this on console, because it's coming to Switch. I guess I could just get it and play it on my Steam Deck. I'm trying to use my Steam Deck more. But no, Until Then, super, super emotional game. And again, it's like I said, Until Then is one of those ones that I like compared to the other one that we were looking at. I always forget the name of this. Paradise something. The name has lost me. Kill the Music. Interesting style. It is an action roguelike, but this one's got like a really cool style to it where you have to play music for like your attacks and stuff. Really interesting. I love that shit. Am I Nima? I'm trying to remember. I think this was a psychological horror game. That you have to like play mind games with people. It's kind of interesting. Sadap. Yeah, I don't think Sadap was really building relationship. This is the one where the house dating sim. Nightmare Circus. I believe this one is like an action, probably an action adventure game. Yeah, not really much to say about it because there's not much to show yet. Roulette's Lost and Found, one of those builders. Over Hours, another one of those. Coral Island, that's been shown before. Grim Trials. Yeah, new Coffee Talk Tokyo. Eat the Rich is like a It's like a, I don't know, it's like a party game. It's kind of neat. And I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything for that. Yeah, these guys killed it. Like, No Straight Roads 2, like, that alone for me was like maybe like, okay, these guys won. Like, so these Asia games, Latin America games were the 1-2 punch for Summer Games Fest. And it's not to say that everything went downhill after that. Nothing really went downhill, but there is something we do have to talk about. And so there's two showcases. There was a Future Games showcase, which I think I'm going to go over first. Future Games show. Whoa! Did not mean to do that. Future Games Summer Showcase Games Shown D25. We're gonna talk about, because I ended up watching this one first. It's hosted by Laura Bailey and Matt Mercer. Because there was two things going on. There was this, and then Green Games going on at the same time. I decided to watch Future Game Show first because it was longer, and I could go back and watch Green Games. It'll be done by the time this is done. So, this is going to be another one. I don't care about games radars. Shit. Okay, so this is going to be another one where we go through stuff. They showed Expanse, Osiris. Don't really care about that one. Echo's End, kind of neat, but don't really care. Whispers in the Fog was one that I was interested in. It's like a survival horror walking simulator. Definitely gives me PT vibes. So that's one that I'm really interested in. Seven Deadly Sins, that was an anime game, whatever. The finals season for something, I don't know what that, The Divide, I guess. Herdling, nothing really crazy there. It's a game where you're herding sheep. Kind of neat. Sleep Awake. If I remember, this was one of the ones that I was interested in. Yeah. It's a Blumhouse game. We're not too sure about Blumhouse games, but anyways, like, this is like one of those games where like it's psychological horror. But yeah, and different things can happen based on like what happens. Exelom, if I remember, this is also
I must find her.
Interlaced way movie, but in a great way. River and Games was based.
Yeah, I don't really care to that. The Explorator. Is this one? Yeah, this one was one where like you're like, it's like a horror game kind of / shooter. It's like a shooter game, looks like, mostly like a boomer shooter. It's kind of neat. Constance, what was this one again? I'm trying to recall. Oh yeah, this was another one of those like Metroidvania style games. It looks kind of neat. Titan Quest 2, don't really care. Call of the Elder Gods, eh. The Ascent, I think this one was like a
bio course. How hard could it be?
like a, oh yes, it's just a team-based FPS is what it is. Let me go back to Call of the Elder Gods and see what it was. I'm pretty sure this one was a, yeah, it's like an adventure platformer, puzzle game. Vile the Witch. Let's see, what was this again? Oh, this is like a deck building one. Papucom. This one, if I recall, yeah, it's like Buster Brothers if it was like a puzzle platformer shooter kind of game. Kind of neat. Firefighters Ignite. So this game has already been out, and I know that Jakarta was playing it, I think, with Jerry. It seems kind of neat. I want to check it out. Maybe I'll play it with him sometime. Bureau of Fantastical Arcane Affairs was kind of neat. WTF. Okay, so I was given Waifu Tactical Force. So I was given a early access to the playtest of this game, but I actually never did it because I went into the Discord server of the developers of this game and I asked, does this game have anti-cheat? because, but nobody answered my question. I'd say, could I ask a question? They said, sure. Does this game have anti-cheat or DRM? No one answered my question. And so I left it for a few days, and I'm like, hey, did anybody answer my question? I was completely ignored. So I decided I'm not going to risk putting that shit on my computer again. I'm just going to deny this one. The game looks fun, looks interesting, but I'm like, I'm not going to risk my PC again. My PC's already going through some... for those of you who've been here from the start, I blue screened in the middle of this stream. I already have problems with my PC that need to be... I need to look into. I'm not going to risk it even more by playing a game that may or may not have anti-cheat and it may not be optimized. So, like, I just denied the request for me to play the early access. I probably should have looked into it more before the game was announced during Summer Games Fest because they kind of got flooded with stuff. But at the end of the day, I was like, they're answering other people's questions. If they're not going to take the time of day to just answer this one question, even if they said they don't know, that would have been an acceptable answer, but they just ignored me. And so I'm just like, I'm not going to touch this game. I need an answer. You need to tell me yes or no if this is in here. Again, even I don't know, let me check with the devs, would have been fine. That would have been an acceptable answer. So I'm not going to play this game. I'm not going to touch this game. Also, hi, Madoka. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to try it out, it's free, so you can check it out. Hirogami. If I recall, this game was... Yeah. Yeah, this game looks really sick. It's like a puzzle platformer, but it has like a... It has like, that like 15 frames per second, like Spider-Verse frame rate. It also feels like a stop motion animation. This game looks really cool. I really want to play this game. Eve Frontier. Oh boy. This game I've been hearing about. Let's see. I'll just pull this up in the full thing.
And we offer things in the infilter world.
And
So
I don't really care about it. Formula Legends. I don't know much about this. I gotta ask Diesel about this one. Wants to play montage. Oh, this is just a bunch of games to play. Okay. Oh, what was that?
First up is Catastrophe.
Yeah, this
is an
game.
action roguelike where you play as
Yeah,
a
you said
city
roguelike,
abducted
so I don't
by
care.
aliens and repel enemies with your trusty sidekick, the Star Cursor. Players can mod Polo's abilities to settle on.
Phase
Next
Zero.
up,
This
we've
looks
got
really cool.
Phase Zero, a survival horror throwback with fixed cameras and immersive
Yeah.
pre-rendered environments. A menacing illness has descended on the town of Flint Peak.
Or what about Bloodgrounds?
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Lost Submarine, with one player on PC or console and the other using a mobile companion war.
Yeah, kind of neat, I guess. Kind of cool, I guess. Ahoy, don't care. Another spotlight montage of stuff. Let's see. See, this game, that mecha cat game looks kind of cool, but I just don't.
Shot Rogues is a turn-based strategy roguelike where Peninsula.
This game looked cool, but it's roguelike.
Now let's take a look at Under Par
Oh,
Golf Arcade.
this one where you actually
An
like have to
all-in-one
build
simulator
the
where
golf
you
course is kind of
mold
crazy to me.
terrain using the green
I think that's cool.
on
Up next.
This
The
game they keep
Hacker's
promoting,
Roguelike.
roguelike, don't
Of
care.
animal kind.
This one
This is
I
a
was
cozy
kind of sad because it had
cooperative
mecha
game
cats,
where you
but it's
play
like
as
a
a
builder
establish a community
game,
with
so it's like
escape.
I thought it would be
Don't
like an
wake the
action adventure
beast.
game. Another roguelike nobody cares about. Another roguelike nobody cares about. Oh, this game Worship is basically like Cult of the Lamb kind of, from what I understand. But again, it's whatever. Scum. If I remember, this was a game that was like getting a lot of like negative reviews or whatever. And of course, they've got copyrighted music, so I don't think this game's gonna get better. Okay, Deathground. Okay, Deathground.
Dinos are on the loose in Deathground.
Is like
Says,
a modern
"Measure
take
out
on
to
like
Of course,
on
there'll be
like
other with us, aka
what's it called? God, it's gonna kill me. It's a PlayStation horror game with dinosaurs by Capcom. Dino Crisis. It's kind of like a modern Dino Crisis,
Roaming around
from what I understand. So it looks cool. If they're not going to do it, someone else might as well. Hell Is Us. I don't recall this. I think this is just like...
Not too much.
Yeah, I don't really care for this one either. Fading Echo was just kind of meh. Sacrifier... It's like a pixel RPG, but I think it's got like roguelike elements, which turned me off of it. This does look kind of neat though. It's got like bullet hell elements. It might be good. I don't know. Truxton, a new Truxton game, because if there's not a new Truxton game, how will Classic Game Room get their fix? Also, this needs to be on the Vectrex. This looks cool. A new Truxton game. Can't go wrong with Truxton. Doesn't have anything to do with trucks. You are a ship, and you are shooting them up and dodging bullets. Again, this needs to be put on the Vectrex. I think it's appropriate for that console. Truxton Extreme comes out in 2025. Get your game on. Link, they showed that again. Joe and Mac Retro Collection. Okay. This is cool because they added it with Rewind and stuff. I already have a collection of the Joe and Mac games because I got... it came with my Super Retro Trio Plus HD. Which I know is a mouthful, but that's my 3-in-1 console that is... NES, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis. I don't use the Super Nintendo part of it because the sound sounds off. The Genesis and NES parts are the better parts, and it's hardware based. It's not emulation, so it's not FPGA, but it's hardware based. So I get a more authentic thing when I play games on that. Destructive 8020. This one I was curious about because it seems like kind of like an Alien-esque game, but we don't really get much. Fortunately. Karen again. Ground Zero. This one is that survival horror, retro style survival horror game that looks really cool. Definitely gotta check that out. Hark the Ghoul. Which one was this again? Oh yes, yeah. This is a classic style like RPG, like first person RPG game. It's kind of neat. Boomer shooter-esque a little bit. Helia, is this the... This is like the co-op, it's like a co-op platformer game. It's kind of neat. More rats, of course. The whole theme of this whole thing was rats. Luto. If I remember, this was one of the horror games. Yes, Luto. This game looks interesting. I want to play this. Reminds me a lot of PT. Reach. I think Reach is one that I don't really care for. Yeah, and of course it's got copyrighted music. So I'm just going to finish that. It's like a parkour game. It's kind of neat. Duck Detective, The Ghosts of Glamping. This one, I want to try out. I've been seeing a lot of this game. It looks really cool. It's got that Paper Mario aesthetic, but it's like a point-and-click adventure kind of game. Really neat. Rattatan, of course. Death on the Nile, don't really care. Scooby-Doo House Flipper, which I think Claire will really like this. House Flipper. And then Mafia the Old Country. This is interesting because we haven't had a Mafia game in a long time, and it looks really interesting, this one. I'm not going to lie. Tenant of the Sparks. I don't remember what this one was.
All at the same time.
It's like some kind of like time-based, like,
the biggest question is, why did they
like platformer, puzzle platformer. I'm pretty sure Chrysol Theater Idols is a Metroidvania. We'll find out here in a second. Or it could just be a straight-up horror game. I don't know. Maybe it is. Looks kind of interesting. Ritual Tides.
Welcome, sister.
Didn't show much of this game, but definitely has me interested. So a lot of good horror games they showed. They had like a whole horror section where they showed stuff. So yeah, so not bad. Future Game showed definitely showed some interesting stuff. And so I realized, guys, with the time, we're probably only going to have enough time to recap the rest of. Maybe we'll have enough time to recap the rest of the Saturday, and I'll have to do the rest of the stuff on another day. But there is something we have to talk about. Some of you guys might have noticed if you watched my reaction to the stuff on Saturday, June the 7th for Summer Games Fest. There was one showcase that kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. And that's the Green Game Showcase. So, why did this one stick out? Showcase 2025 list of games. So, oh, there's other stuff. We got to talk about the mix and stuff like that. But we'll talk about that probably on another one of these. I may have to end things off with this one because there is quite a bit to say. Okay, so Green Games. Okay, so let me just get this out of the way. So the whole point of Green Games was they were doing like a charity. They're like a charity thing and a fundraiser thing to promote like green gaming, like, you know, environmentally friendly stuff. They had a goal of trying to raise like $150,000 and for the showcase, which they may have done through investors and whatnot. This is a weird showcase, and the reason this is weird is, first off, the second game they showed, like the first game, whatever, Imagine Earth, it was interesting, whatever. Second game showed Eloin Quest of Time. Let me see if they're going to show it here on this showcase here. They probably will once this loads. So I'm going to show you guys this and see if you can spot where the problem is.
We are the future.
I don't know what video that is. Do you guys see the problem? Do you guys see the issue? Let me spell it out for you if you don't see. This card game, this CCG card game, uses generative AI. Now, I'm sure you all know my stance on generative AI. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. I don't like that it's basically theft. But other than my personal thoughts on generative AI, there's a big problem when it comes to this whole Green Game Showcase. Why are you showing a game with generative AI for a showcase about being environmentally friendly? I don't know if I have to spell this out for people, but like, generative AI is not environmentally friendly. It requires a lot of computing power. So it's actually worse for the environment. And this was the second game they showed at Green Games. And so I was saying, because I was watching with Jacato, and I talked to friends later about this, and I'm like, I can't tell if the people who were hosting this, it was a couple, a game of X game, what do you call them? Game news writers, journalists, X game journalists, and so they're doing this showcase. So there's a couple of things for this. Because there's something fishy about the whole Green Games thing. This was the first red flag when I started seeing this generative AI stuff. But the entire thing, most of this is like mobile games. Games that already are out that they have like ties with, where they get like money for in-app purchases, and then games that they were paid money for. So they either the people hosting the Green Games showcase either one didn't realize that they were promoting something that had generative AI. Were forced to promote it because they paid money to be there, which they may have been paid and then realized too late that they can't take them out of the docket, or they didn't care. I'd like to hope it's the first one that they didn't know, but my suspicions on that are less and less likely, because when they started promoting all the mobile games, I was like, there's something wrong. So this was split into 3 sections. So the first section was games that have like an environmental message, games that have content that has environmental message, and the last one was, I think, just people who paid them money that they had to show stuff. And the middle section is where they showed most of the mobile games. In fact, most of the showcase was mobile games. And so that was red flag number 2. The other thing about the mobile games is they were asset flips. A lot of them were asset flips, which again, kind of scummy. There's an ad, so I'm going to wait for a minute before I say my next point, but this one's hard to talk about just because of all the stuff. Like, I really hope the people who ran this, I really hope that they just didn't know. They just didn't know. Or they were forced to show up because they found out too late. But those first 2 don't seem as viable because of what comes later. And I just don't know, guys. I have a feeling that they knew the whole time. And we're just trying their best to like hide it and just move along. So, okay, the ads are about to end, so I can, okay. So we can go back into it. So there's this AI generated game that has AI generated stuff in it that they show. It's flag number 1. Flag number 2 was all the asset flip and mobile games that were on there. That's flag number 2. The final flag to me this showcase was a problem was the last game they showed. And I kid you not, the last game they showed was The Walking Dead. A 15-year-old game. Now, again, they didn't say it was like a remaster or anything. It looks like it says the definitive Telltale series here. Oh, fuck. Let's put, like, yeah, this is a re-release of this game. But this game also came out in 2020, this re-release. And that was their One More Thing game. And I think it's because Telltale probably paid them the most money, and that's why it was their final game to show. But here's the thing. This is not 2020. This is not even like 2010 or whenever when the original one came out. This is 2025. And you end your showcase with a 5-year-old remaster of a 15-year-old game. Words cannot describe how scummy this whole thing felt. And that's something against the Walking Dead people. They probably, and Telltale, they probably like did not know, or Skybound Games, whoever it was. But if they knew that their game, which is a 5-year-old game at this point, was being shown opposite of a card game with AI generated content in it, I don't think they would have agreed to that. And so they kept talking about money for the thing, and which makes sense. It is, like it's a fundraiser, whatever, charity, whatever. But the way they were talking about things just made me feel like it was a scam. Like something doesn't feel right about this. Something feels very wrong about this. It doesn't feel right. And I just feel like, I wonder if anybody is fucking talking about this. Like, I wonder if there's any YouTube videos or anything talking about this. I'm just going to search real quick on my phone. Green Games Showcase Scam. I think I've got to go to YouTube specifically. I'm going to search this on my phone. I'm not going to search this on screen. Green Games Showcase Scam. I'm not seeing anybody talk about it. Not seeing anybody talk about it. Yeah. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that person, that guy, person, whatever, who has to call this out. But I feel like I might have to be. Like, this is disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm going to have to look into this more, I think. Because this is gross. Alright. I want to get that shit off my screen. Get back to this. So, that's not going to be the full recap. We're going to have to do more, but it's getting close to Toku Tuesday time, guys. We still got to talk about Frosty Games, the Xbox Showcase, PC Gaming. I didn't watch the Hideo Kojima thing for Death Stranding 2. Black Voices in Gaming, and The Mix. And Konami. So we're probably going to have to do the rest of that on Saturday. Maybe? I don't know yet. If not, we'll do it some other time. But anyways, guys, that's, I think, going to do it for tonight's stream. Sorry about the cutoff in the middle there. But I hope that you guys... I know we ended on a bit of a sour note there with Green Games, but I hope you guys check out stuff, especially from Latin American Games and Southeast Asian Games Showcase. Both those showcases, fantastic. If you watch anything from Summer Games Fest, watch those two showcases. Like, the best stuff was shown. Anyways, I think I have a friend who's still streaming right now. I think Artificial Cutie is still streaming. I want to see if they're still live. Oh, I'm up to 1699 followers now. Shit. I gotta screenshot that. Okay. Let me go back to Twitch, see who's live. Oh, that opened in a new tab, or a new window. I wanted it to be a new tab, but whatever. Let's see. Sane's just chatting. Sane has quite a people watching them. Hext is doing Dead by Daylight. How much does Artificial Cutie get? I'm not seeing them in my list here. I know they're live. So I see it in my feed on Discord. I don't want to open that up in another browser. Just look them up. Artificial Cutie. Oh, they must be live on another platform. It says Twitch, but... Oh, maybe they're streaming on YouTube. So I could do Sane. Faye. Or Dad. I could do... Pure Roll doing so good. Ooh, Deal's doing art? I might have to raid Diesel. They're starting soon, I guess. Oh, they just started streaming. Yeah, we're gonna raid Diesel, I think. Okay. Okay. Oh, she just started. Okay, yeah, well, guys, we're gonna raid Diesel. So, y'all know the drill, but in case you don't, I'm gonna tell you. Here's the raid message if you're subbed. If you're not subbed, you can use this raid message instead. We are going to be doing Toko Tuesday after this at about 10 o'clock Eastern time, which is in less than half an hour. So if you'd like to join us for that, we are watching Power Rangers SPD. Or if you just want to chat with some cool peeps, join us there in my Discord server. You can also find my social medias here, my YouTube channels here, and the newest videos on those channels here, which is not up to date. I need to update that. But you guys can also save 10% or more on your order at advance.gg using my code 010 at checkout. I say 10% or more because they oftentimes boost the codes, so you never know what you're going to get. And also, so once again, raid message if you're subbed. If you're not, you can use this one instead. I'll be back tomorrow for more Monster Hunter with the RCG peeps, I think. But as always, guys, take care, comb your hair in a rush, use a brush, don't do drugs, stay in school, eat your teeth. See you next time on Cheat. Go say hi to Diesel for me, and we will... I'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks again for 1669 followers. Nice. And say hi to Diesel for me. She's wonderful. She's great. I love her. She's a dog VTuber with a knot. And that's all you need to know. All right, guys. Raid's about to happen. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye.
Sorry. But what's it called? What we're doing today. You have 10 jobs, honey.